is I've decided to just put, and I'm sorry about the lighting is not that great here, but I needed the whiteboard. Basically what I'm going to do is everything that I have learned and that I was shown during my near-death experience. And for those who don't know, I had a near-death experience on February 26th, 2010 at 9:25 in the morning. I was on a city bus during the only snowstorm of that year, and I had been having a heart attack for a good 3 days. Had I known what was going on, I would have been in much better shape, so to speak, with the situation that was happening. But I didn't. And when I got on the bus and I sat down, I died. And I was dead for physically in the physical world, physical reality. I was dead for 10 minutes. And once I left my body and I was on the other side, I went and I spent a day with 4 beings. And there was basically a day. Time doesn't exist, and through these videos, this is all the content and everything that I've been kind of holding on and sharing with people that I've been helping over the last 7.5 years, all around the world. Stuff that's in my book. Things have been really off. So the path that's been created and situations that have come about have altered my path. And so this is just all going to be free content. Basically what I need the whiteboard for is I'm going to come up with the best possible analogies that I can, and I'm going to try and show you today. What we're going to really start off with is the physical reality trap that you're stuck in. And this proves that the secret and the law of attraction does not work. It's a bunch of hooey. They packaged up something, little tiny components of it, very, very nicely, and they knew how to market it, and that's how that came about. And unfortunately everybody bought into it. But once I do this and I show you why, you're going to understand that I don't want to take all this information and knowledge and stuff that I was shown by those 4 beings to my grave with me. And I'm just stepping away. The funny thing is trying to step away. Somebody got a hold of me yesterday while I was at work in a factory, and I spent 5 hours with them over Messenger. And a portion of the afternoon I ended up talking to dead people for them, which ended up being quite helpful for that person. I'm going to do some illustrations to really help show exactly what is, what isn't. The biggest thing that I want to talk about is the physical reality trap, and everything that all the courses you go to, all the gurus you've listened to, everything that they've said is based on their personal opinion within the box. So for starters, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how physical reality actually exists. So what we're going to do here, and this may not be a heavy enough marker to actually show it. And maybe I should start the other way around. Basically, physical reality is, its construct is the same as a box within a box within a box within a box. And this may not be the greatest, but we're going to do this fast. So, and obviously that ended up being more of a rectangle. What it ends up looking more like is a tunnel. I mean, this is two-dimensional. This is strictly two-dimensional, yet it ends up looking like a box. So physical reality that we exist within and are within it ourselves has a two-dimensional factor, yet it's three-dimensional. So this has a two-dimensional factor to it, but it has a three-dimensional look to it. So it looks like a tunnel where you're going back in. If you want to, just take a piece of paper and you can draw the exact same thing, and then you really get the effect enough of it. And if there's any jiggling, I'm sorry, because I have a friend here, a four-legged tick, that is insisting on hanging around me all the time. So I apologize if there's any jiggling of the camera. So the two-dimensional factor here is the board. But there's a three-dimensional look to it. Tig, just lay down. That's the boy. Come on, lay down. There you go. Good. So each one of the boxes, when you draw this on a piece of paper, when you draw it out, each one of the box is a dimensional step down, but it's within itself, right? So you have the box within the box within the box, and the outer box would be our physical reality. Is there another box beyond that? Yes, there is, but I don't know of that. This is the point to which I understand. Once you go beyond the current box of where physical reality is, you end up in something that's very foreign. The reason why when people have out-of-body experiences, astral traveling and other things, that you step down one, maybe two boxes, right? And you can see, and when people talk about the other side or heaven, and they point here and it's up there and it's over here, no, it's not. It's actually within our physical realm, where we actually are. It sits right inside of it. It just unfolds from inside of it. So if you reach inside of a bag and you pull it inside out, it's the exact same thing. So the inside unfolds into physical reality. And that's the premise of everything. So, and that's the premise why the law of attraction doesn't work, but we'll get to that in a minute. This is really the foundation to, or the illustration to really help you understand how physical reality actually is. And that if this was a cake, all of the stuff within it would be the ingredients that help make it what it is. So physical reality unfolds from the other side, but it unfolds from within itself, continually, always, 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 never stopping. So your flour, your salt, your sugars, and all your ingredients to your cake are always constantly flowing into that process of becoming the cake. I hope that helps some. So draw this on a piece of paper, and that will help you understand physical reality. Because I was trying to think of different ways to start this, talks that I've given in the past to bigger audiences and things. I started at different points, but we all have to understand where we're actually at. Then the confusions, the frustrations, aggravations, totally right being pissed off, becomes apparent once you understand the why. So what I'm going to talk about now is the aspect and perception of how we're going to get deeper into perception and perspective, or perspective and perception, I should say. When you step down from the one box and you step down a box, there's a perceived veil. And this is the thing that people can't get over, is that we put a hard line because we are so rooted. When I talk to people and I work with people and try to help them, people I meet, whether I'm sitting on a bus, plane, whatever, and we get talking about things, they cannot get out of that big box. Their mental process, their mental acuity is formulated and hard printed by the physical reality in which it was not created, but was taught to function. So it's like the programming of a computer, in which the mental processes, which are actually soul-based and have nothing to do with the brain, they end up functioning in the brain. So now I think the best way for me to do this is, I'm not going to draw a big picture of a projector or anything, but we're going to draw a point, and then I'll draw a little bit of a screen here. I think we'll just go with this. So, and a projector projects the picture onto a screen. The screen basically is being the physical world reality in which we exist, and that veil is just before it hits the screen. All of the components that make up physical reality. They haven't totally formulated until it actually hits the screen. Okay? Everything this side of that line is, this being the veil, is non-physical. And as they come together, just prior to hitting the screen, are still non-physical. And then all of a sudden, they become physical reality. The important point of this is that we all live on and off of the screen. What I mean by off of is that everything that we believe and everything that we think and everything that we do and everything that we accept is on the screen, and the screen only. Yet everything is made of all of this from behind. Each area down is another, so this is a sideways view of that box within a box within a box within a box. This point here, still, once again, will divide off. This point here, I do not know of. The point to which I was at was probably about here, where this is where we get into where things kind of get a little wanky, because as these things slowly come together, and each stage from which they come together, it's like mixing all the dry ingredients of a cake. They get mixed in one bowl, so you've got your bowl here, and then you get your wet ingredients, and you get this, and you get that, and then there's a process of making the batter, and on and on and on, and then it pops into the oven, and then at a certain point of baking, all of a sudden it transforms from the ingredients that it was into the physical cake that we sit down and eat and enjoy. Hence, a lot of people enjoy life and doing many other things through different ways. But the most important factor, and now I have to take this off the board because now we've got to get into the sticky stuff. People really didn't want to hear. They don't want to do, they want to keep their head in the sand. They want to believe, what they've read. They're spiritual gurus who have really no experience with much of anything other than writing books. Most people that I've not had arguments with, because I don't argue. I really don't. I mean, everybody has a right to their idea of what is. And if that helps them get through their day and live the life of what they believe it should be and how it should be, that's fine by me. I mean, I'm not